What's going on, everyone? Today, we're looking at the NUX Mighty Lite BT Bluetooth practice amp. It's a 3-watt practice amplifier. Now, what I really like about it is the Bluetooth feature. Not just to be able to control the app, but you can use any of the music that you have on your phone to jam along with, backing tracks, whatever's on your phone. You can also put that over to the amp as well, too. Not just the songs that are built into the amp, which we'll go through that, too. And, of course, I'm not going to demonstrate any of those other ones in my phone because of copyright infringement. All right, it's a 3-watt amplifier. It has multiple effects, and it has 3 channels. It actually puts it as basically a clean, an overdrive, and a distorted, is the way it puts it. It's got a few different effects patches and multi-effects that you can assign. Really cool. It also has drums and backing tracks that you can jam along with. Really cool. Really, really cool. Would have loved to have something like this when I started off playing myself. Now, there is quite a few controls on the actual amp itself, but most of the options you can only really utilize through the app, like setting the multiple, multi-effects, the different various effects that are available. You can only really change those through the app. You can do 70% or maybe more of the things with the actual controls built into the amp, but what it's really all about and what I'm really going to concentrate on in this review is the app. So, of course, on here we have a gain, self-explanatory. Before that is an input. We have an input, gain knob, master volume, we have a tone, and we have a delay/reverb knob that's going to be able to control only the parameters of the ambience patch that has on the actual app in the amp itself, which we're going to be able to control all the rest of those, as I said earlier, better through the actual app. There's also a button on there directly to be able to change the actual channels, the 3 channels of the app. If you're not using the app, there's a volume knob that holds the control for the background or the music that you're playing by Bluetooth. Bluetooth knob that you can use right there. There's also a tap tempo for your delay as well, too. Power, auxiliary input if you want to put something else into it and not use Bluetooth, as well as a headphone out. The signal chain is just a single 57 going into my interface, and then absolutely no post-production at all. You're hearing just the raw recorded track with a single 57 in front of it. Now, as I said, every bit of it is really all about the app. Got the app installed, no problems at all. It's available for both Android phones and devices and or Apple devices. Just go to whichever store, download the app, install it, join it. Pretty simple. Not a problem at all. Now, you may notice that I have a cable going here. That's only because I'm using my actual phone for recording this video. And this old iPhone that I have, well, the battery life is not so good. So that's the only reason I got it. But no, you'll be able to, there's no cables necessary to hook up to anything for this. So as we see, we got the app open right here. I've got a few things already saved in there as of this point, but we'll go through some settings. We'll take a look at a few different things. Like right now, as you can see, I have a clean sound already set up like this. Not a bad clean sound at all. A little bit of gain in there. It's not completely clean, but it's got a little something there. And as you can see, I have actually an ambience effect on it, which is basically just a room reverb. And as you can see, I got it set pretty much 50-50. There's a lot of options in this ambience patch here. Multiple different delays and reverbs for the most part. I'm just using the standard room reverb, as you can see. And to me, that works just fine. as we can see here, there's lots of different effects to choose from, even just under the ambience. We have multiple delays as well as reverbs. Let's try a delay now. Delay 1. Yeah, and the app has the tap tempo function, so you can set the delay whichever way you like. You can also do the tap tempo function with the button on the amp, but like I said, app gives you a lot more functionality. So yeah, that's the and all different types of delays you have in there as well too. Let's go back to the room verb, which is what I tend to like on that. So yeah, now as well too, every one of these multi-effects are available on every one of the 3 channels, both the clean, the overdrive, and the distortion. You can save it by clicking on the little save icon on the app right next to the distortion patch wherever the channels are. All 3 of the channels are in there. To the far right is the save button. But every one of these effects is available on every one of them. Now let's take a look at the mods that we have possible on the app. Now we got phaser, we got chorus, we got tremolo, and we got a vibe. Wow, that's a lot. So let's try a little phaser on there. And we're just going to go with some default 50-50 on there. Not a bad little phaser. What else do we got here? Alright, that is not a bad chorus at all for built-in effects to this. Let's hear the tremolo effect on this now. Yeah, I'm alright with that. It's a pretty nice tremolo effect. Now, let's go to the vibe. The last of the mods. Once again, default's all 50-50. You can play around, come up with a bunch of different stuff. there. A little bit of vibe there, not a bad effect at all, if I do say so myself. Alright, so that's pretty much it. And of course, I did leave the reverb on with all of this. Now let's check out the Overdrive channel. I got it set up a little more gainy and a little more volume. That's a fairly decent Overdrive channel, I would say. I'm happy with that. Once again, that's with just the reverb on there. And with every one of these channels, you can go ahead and modify every one of them. You can make them all distorted channels. You can make them all different Overdrive channels. You can save them whichever way you like. The app just names them the clean, the Overdrive, and the dirty. You can do whatever you want. Really, the sky is the limit. You can go in the app and you can customize the sounds any way you want and then save them. That works for me for a dirty tone. Now, let's check out the distorted tone. Yeah, that works for me for a high gain tone. Absolutely. This also has a gate that can be applied to any channel at all. Obviously, the only one that you'll normally need it for that much is anything that you're using that has high gain. So let's take a look over here. High gain, volume up without the gate on. Now we're going to do high gain, volume on with the gate on. Pretty good. Another really cool feature on this is this has built-in drums. There's basically a built-in metronome, and then another 9 standard type of drum grooves in there, as you can see here. You know, they got metronome, pop, metal, blues, country, rock, ballad rock, funk, R&B, and Latin. As per usual, it'll give you the option to use the tap tempo function on the app, the same way it would on the app for the delay. So then you can also mix the volume of it or anything else you want on it. You can't really change any of the drum grooves at all, but it's just for practice, you know. Let's see what the metal one is at 104 BPM. And the list goes on and on. Many different drum sounds in there, styles, pardon me. 9 different, plus the actual metronome itself. And it also comes with a bunch of backing tracks as well, too. So there it is, the NUX Mighty Lite BT Bluetooth practice amp. I actually think the thing's fantastic. I used to have a Marshall MG15, but live in kind of a small house and kind of a little crammed. Had it sitting underneath my end table that sits over next to me in the living room, and it's just not that accessible. You can't pull it out. This thing, unbelievably compact. It's super convenient. It's just there when I need it. It can sit anywhere. You can run it with either the AC adapter, USB power bank, or 6 AA batteries. So that way, it's just wireless. It's ready to go whenever you want to plug in and go. I like it that much more than my Marshall MG15. I'm extremely happy with it. I recommend this for a practice amp for beginner and professional alike. It's absolutely fantastic. It's super convenient. You can jam along with any tracks that are already in your phone via the Bluetooth. You can use different drum machines, different tones. The sky is really the limit. It's super convenient. And for $108 Canadian delivered to my door from Amazon Prime Canada, can't beat it. Probably even a little bit cheaper to you American viewers because the US dollar to Canadian dollar exchange rate. I think it's great. I absolutely love it. I use it all the time around the house now. It's super convenient. Just plug it and go. I think it's beautiful. So there we go, guys. That's my review. Thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate you checking out the video. Do what makes you happy.